Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Budweiser head of marketing guy. Only you could take a beer and make it
Oh, no.
20 years of amazing ad campaigns, and this is where we end up.
Not gonna buy it.
What the were you thinking?
That's right. Bud Light has been giving us a masterclass on how not to market your product, and it's only getting worse. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, and we're going to see how Bud Light sales continue to plummet across the nation, and we're going to see why a return to tradition promises to crush even more woke businesses. You're not going to want to miss this. The Bud Light fiasco continues to get worse and worse for its parent company, Anheuser-Busch. No matter what they do, whether it was pivoting to a new, more Americana, countrified ad or putting their insane VP of marketing on a leave of absence, no matter what, it's not working. Things have literally gone from bad to worse. Bud Light market values plunged an astonishing $10 billion since the boycott began at the end of March. Before the disastrous marketing campaign, Anheuser-Busch had a $132 billion market cap. As of May 10th, they dropped to $122 billion. The Epoch Times is reporting that an analyst from the British bank HSBC downgraded the company's stock, saying that there are, quote, deeper problems than Anheuser-Busch admits after the Dylan Mulvaney campaign catastrophe. And as if things couldn't possibly get worse, now apparently gay bars are boycotting Bud Light, precisely because they refuse to support Dylan Mulvaney. So Bud Light has angered their loyal customers, consumers who tended to be on the political right, and now they're angering customers on the left. They're angering everybody. Take a look at these sales numbers across the nation. Look, it doesn't matter if we're looking at the liberal Northeast or the Pacific Northwest. It doesn't matter if we're looking at the conservative South and Midwest. Everywhere we look in our nation, Bud Light sales have imploded. Everywhere. They managed to literally alienate everyone with the silly Dylan Mulvaney trans marketing campaign. They're hemorrhaging customers. And again, things are so bad that Bud Light is actually offering their distributors free beer to help offset the purchasing plunge. I'm not sure how that's going to help anything, given that no one's buying the beer in the first place, so it's just going to take up more room with supply for which there's no demand. In fact, things are so bad for Bud Light that many are wondering whether a recent and unusual traffic stop in Kansas was a deliberate and desperate ploy by the Anheuser-Busch marketing team to finally change the conversation. You're going to love this. But first, gang, if you've got dogs, you need to hear this. According to Dr. Gary Richter, one of the world's top veterinarians, canine health, both here in the United States and around the world, is nowhere near where it should be. And the number one cause comes down to one thing: nutrition. And it's serious. Some breeds have seen their average lifespans cut nearly in half over the past 30 years, often because of toxins in their food that form when the food is cooked, so they're not even on the labels. As patriots across America are reclaiming sovereignty over their health, it's also time to realize it's just as important for man's best friend. Now, for the first time ever, Dr. Richter has created a short video explaining his exact health-boosting method for your favorite dog, along with step-by-step instructions for how to do it at home. It takes just 2 minutes a day, and you can do it right from your kitchen. Just click on that link below or go to ultimatedoghealth.com/Steve to check out the video. It's free and uninterrupted. It's absolutely amazing, so don't wait. Join the myriad of viewers who've already seen their dog's health improve in a matter of weeks or even days. If you're a dog owner, you owe it to your pet to provide for their ultimate health needs. Click on that link below right now. If you don't know, a Franklin County Sheriff's deputy recently pulled over a fellow for suspicion of drunk driving. And as you can see, well, the driver's attire may have added to that suspicion. As it turns out, the driver, or the can of beer, whatever you prefer, was arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence. But when I saw that image, I have to say, I just couldn't help but think, what a wonderful metaphor that was. I mean, Bud Light as a brand has been stopped. It's been pulled over by the citizen arrest powers in the hands of consumers. Consumers had the power. This whole Bud Light fiasco proves that consumers have the power to force corporations into compliance with our values, our interests, and our concerns, and not those of radical left woke activists. You may not have seen this, but the model and social media influencer Brie Teresi joined the boycott in a unique way inspired by Kid Rock. She took a gun to not just Bud Light, but a host of lingerie products from companies that have also gone woke. Here's what she had to say as to why she filmed that video.
They don't care about consumers like you or me. They care literally about like your child. They want to be able to desensitize him. They want to be able to destroy what it means to be a man. So like men obviously are, masculinity nowadays is seen as toxic, which is so sad. I mean, we should embrace strong men and strong women. We've talked about this before because I'm all about like being a strong woman, and I don't believe that, men are like superior to women. I'm all for equality, but I do believe that men and women complement each other, and they are trying to destroy like almost how amazing men are by putting a man in lingerie and having kids see that as fun.
Now, there you have a very well put rationale for why so many are upset with Bud Light, whether people like it or not. Traditional masculinity and femininity are making a huge comeback. The University of Michigan, the University of Texas at Austin recently conducted a joint research study that found that young people today are more likely to believe that a man should be the head of the household than previous generations did. The Yorkshire Building Society conducted a similar study recently and found virtually identical results. When they asked men what they valued most in a spouse, nearly 50% said taking care of the home was most important to them. You may have seen the media recently panicking over the new phenomenon known as trad wives or traditional wives. The trad wife is a new trend on social media where housewives are posting videos of their daily life, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, homeschooling, and absolutely, it's huge. It's literally like Gen Zers and millennials had never even conceived of this concept before. They never encountered anything like this. And it's called the traditional housewife, and they're enamored with it. They love it. These videos are getting millions upon millions of views, particularly on TikTok. So a trad wife is a woman who doesn't work. She's not a professional. She has no aspirations to be one, and instead she finds fulfillment in being married, looking after her children, taking care of the home and her husband. And then they talk nonstop about how fulfilling and wonderful such a life actually is. And they just show how busy their lives are and how complicated it is to run a home efficiently and effectively. And it's a trend that's absolutely exploding, going viral. And the underlying reason for this is the demographic revolution that's happening here in the United States, but also indeed all over the world. Conservatives, particularly conservative religionists, are growing. Secular liberals, the woke of the world, are shrinking. And it's simply a matter of demographics. Liberals have by and large stopped having kids, while conservatives are having more than ever. And so we're seeing a marked shift in the culture wars throughout the nation, where a larger percentage of the population is embracing traditional values, particularly traditional gender norms, all the while elite corporations are increasingly embracing woke values. And Bud Light is learning the hard way that discrepancy between the values of the corporation clashing with the values of the customer spells disaster for the future of the company. And so Bud Light, as it turns out, may indeed be the beginning of the end of Woke Inc. in more ways than we could have ever imagined. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. And you'll definitely want to check out my latest video on the top 5 biggest moments from Trump's CNN town hall. You're going to absolutely love it. So make sure to click on that link and I'll see you over there. God bless.